So they are now employees are more concerned towards the value and meaning to their job. Okay, and managers create hope, trust, self-determination, mutual understanding, and through this they develop positive work culture where employees can put their maximum efforts to achieve organizational goals. Okay, as the employees are more concerned towards values and meaning, okay, meaning to their job. So how the managers should be means managers should create a hope or trust, okay, to employees that the employees are the main backbone for the organization. Okay, that hope or that trust should be created by the managers to employees. Okay, whenever it is created, then the employees put full efforts in their work. Maximum efforts can be seen to achieve the organizational goals. Finally, manager makes sure skills, talent and goals of individuals are in line with organizational goals. Means our individual goals are aligned with the organizational goals. Okay, organizational goals achieved means beneath the rule we can see that individual goals are also achieved. So in that way, in such a way, the goals will be maintained. So this is a chart regarding the to know at a glance the differences between different models. Okay, just I have given. If we take the basis of the model means in autocratic the basis of model is power. Okay, they exercise power on employees. They fire, they hire whenever they want. Coming to custodial means it is based on the economic sources in the sense reward system. They will give rewards. Okay, if they work means they will pay. Here supportive means employees are very much supported by the managers. Okay, a good communication, a good coordination, leadership, motivation, influence, all these can be seen in supportive. Coming to collegial, here no boss, no subordinate, only they work with a cohesiveness, with a coordination, with a partnership. Okay, they will work like that. Coming to managerial orientation means how the managers work, what the managers shows. Okay, so here in autocratic type managers work will be they shows authority. Okay, they will exercise the power of authority. Here they will not exercise the power of authority, but it depends upon the work of the employees. If the employees work means they will get money. A reward system is seen in custodial. Okay, coming to supportive, here we will see managers support well to the employees. Okay, next here collegial, here there were no managers or subordinates boss. A teamwork can be seen here in managerial orientation. Okay, he will give some guidelines how to work properly. Okay, a path to all the team members in order to accomplish the organizational goals. Employee orientation means how employee is seen. See, in autocratic type, employee will be in obedience. Why in obedience means here autocratic model means they exercises power on the employees. They orders the employees and the employees will work. Okay, so therefore what we see in employee means here obedience will be seen. But now coming to security and benefits in custodial. Okay, here security and control in the sense security and benefits means if they work means they will get the benefits in a reward system, that is in the form of money or incentives. Okay, so in this way employees will be benefited. In supportive they will get job performance. Okay, by the managers support they will have a job performance. Okay, and in collegial responsible behavior will be seen in the employees. Why responsible behavior means here there will be no boss, no subordinate, a teamwork can be seen. So therefore each and every person is responsible to their personal work. Therefore a responsible behavior can be seen in employee orientation. Coming to employee psychological result. Okay, so employee psychological result means Autocratic. In autocratic, we will see dependence on boss. He will be dependence on boss only. Why? The manager or the leader will hire or fire. So fully dependent upon the boss. Here coming to custodial. Okay, dependence on organization. Why? Because if he puts full efforts, maximum efforts means he will get some reward system. Okay, he may get some incentives, rewards, or else in supportive participation can be seen. Employee psychological result means through a supportive manager, as he is motivated, influenced by the manager, participation of the employee can be seen here. Okay, coming to this, self-discipline can be seen in collegial. Why? Because here no boss, no subordinate. He is responsible to his job, okay, his role. Therefore, he is very well self-disciplined, okay, to his work. Coming to employee needs met means subsistence. What we can say means employees needs met means to some extent the resources are useful to them. Coming to here, security means so um, towards a basic needs can be solved here. Okay, coming to here, status and recognition also with the basic needs here. With the basic needs, all they will achieve the basic needs, and at the same time the status and recognition also seen by the employee. Okay, so that need also satisfied. And coming to self actualization, so self actualization means in collegial, self actually he is recognized. Okay, basic needs satisfied, recognition is there, status is there, and finally he is self actualization means in organization, in collegial model, there is some part of his performance in the organization's development. Okay, so he is also one of the attribute for the organizational performance. So that's why a self actualization can be seen here. Okay, a self respect, a self motivation, self actualization. Okay, that is seen, a self recognition, status can be seen here. And coming to last one, performance result means it is very minimum to their work in autocratic. Coming to custodial means passive cooperation in the sense somewhat above to minimum range. And coming to supportive means awakened drives means this is a step ahead to the passive cooperation. Okay, to somewhat they are economically also, and at the same time job level also they are satisfied. Okay, and they are known by the people in the organization, recognized by the organization and management. And finally, collegial means a moderate enthusiasm means enthusiasm in the sense as they are working for the organization's goals. Okay, so this creates some enthusiasm, because if at all the organization has what to say, if an organization has a good recognition, a goodwill in the in the market means, so this results ultimately in their personal development also. So that's why they are very much focused on the enthusiasm to perform in the organization. So that is known as moderate enthusiasm. Okay, and now coming to the disciplines contributed to the field of OB. So many disciplines or many subjects, okay, they were contributed for the field of organizational behavior. Okay, so how do uh, they contributed means, so to under as we know that organizational behavior means understanding, predicting, and controlling the human behavior. Okay, so in order to understand, in order to predict, in order to control the human behavior, we need assistance from other subjects also, other disciplines also. Okay, so there are some disciplines that have contributed for the development of organizational behavior, which are as follows. The first one is psychology. So what does psychology means? Okay, psychology is the science. Psychology is the science that studies, measures, explain behavior of individuals. Okay, and Psychology has contributed a lot to the field of organizational behavior. Psychology not only studies individual behavior but also it tries to bring changes in their behavior. Okay, we know that by if at all if we have any issues regarding our we have any problem, okay, so we will definitely approach to a psychologist, okay, for assistance. So by his giving somewhat suggestions, okay, depending upon those suggestions we may change our behavior, okay. So in that way behavior can be changed, okay, by the application of the psychology. So psychology is the science that studies, which measures and explains the behavior of individuals, okay. Basically psyche means the soul or the spirit, okay. So it is more associated with behavioral science, and it explains the behavior in various conditions, how the individual behave in normal condition, in abnormal condition, okay, in childhood how he behaves, okay, in adolescent stage, in old age, okay, at the time of legal issues how he will behave, uh, society wise how he behaves, okay. So in different aspects, in different conditions the behavior will be changed. So all these can be studied under psychology, okay. So under psychology it studies about the behavior of a individual or a human being, like learning, thinking, memory, sensation, perception, emotional feelings, personality, okay. Different psychologies like industries about consumers, clinical way, in all aspects, okay, psychology can be studied. So it deals with how the application of psychology, facts, okay, and principles to problems concerning human relations in organizations, okay, how to integrate the human factor to work situation, okay. So how to integrate the human factors like as I said, learning, motivation, personality, attitudes, emotions, how are all these integrated to work situation, because they may have somewhat effect on the person in work environment, okay. So we have to study what is the reason, okay, what can be motivated a person to get more productive, okay, or else in order to have a performance appraisal in that employee, so what aspect should be considered, okay, like that we have to design. And coming to sociology, this is another subject, okay, that is contributed for the organizational behavior. So sociology is basically the science that studies, measures and explains behavior of group, okay. Sociology means, so society means, when we call society, when individuals, not only individual is not, a single person is not treated as a society, group of people are treated as society. So therefore sociology is related to group of people, how a man behave, or how a group, social group behaves, how society behaves. So regarding customs, regarding institutions, regarding prestige, okay, in all these aspects how the social groups behave, okay. And in this only we can study different aspects like society behaving in political aspects, society how it behaves regarding industrial aspects, society it behaves how on family aspects, educational aspects, okay. So all these can be studied, okay. And its contribution is mainly in the field of bureaucracy, role structures, group dynamics, power, conflicts, communication, okay. So all these can be considered or studied under the sociology. So how the impact will be, okay, how the impact of the group will be, if we take communication means, okay. So how the group behaves in a communication, how the communication is going on, whether it is doing well formally or informal communication is doing well, we have to see how the communication is going on. within the society or within the group of the people, how they are behaving while communicating. Okay, or else if we take conflicts between the people in the organization, so how the conflicts are taken. Okay, how the groups are behaving at the time of conflicts. Okay, so all these can be studied under sociology. Okay, so um, social psychology, next one is social psychology. Means social psychology is the combination of sociology and psychology. Social psychology is a science that is studied, measures and experience how individual and group behavior is influenced by other people's or group behavior. Here, individual or group both will be affected, both will be influenced by the organization, by the environment, and at the same time they are influenced and they will influence. Okay, both sides will be seen in individual and group. Okay, so here, so socio-psychology means it analyzes the behavior, okay, at group level, at individual level, like changing attitudes, what were the communication patterns, okay, what were the attitudes of the people, values of the individuals, okay, how the group decision making is done in the individual level or group level, how the decision making is going on, understanding the studies at macro level. Okay, is there any discrimination is following in the groups between the individuals, is there any racism, okay, how they are obedient in the groups or personally, individually. Okay, how is their influence in the social psychology, both individuals, groups. Okay, all these can be studied under socio psychology at different aspects, in different aspects, how individuals behave and how the groups behave, how they influence. Okay, how they influence in the group, how they influence in decision making. Okay, how they will change their attitudes, how they change their behaviors. Okay, all these will be studied and they are integrated with OB. Anthropology is a science that studies, measures, and explains evolution of human beings. Okay, so anthropology means, what does anthropology means? Anthropo means man, and the logy means science. Okay, so man, cultural analysis or a comparative analysis of attitudes of man will be learned in the science. Okay, so science of man. Okay, anthropology studies the civilization, forms of culture, biological features, okay, values, languages, norms, etc. All will be studied here because each one is a distinctive person. One person's individual attitudes, values will not be same as other people. Okay, so a comparison will be definitely there. If we take for example, Asian people are considered very honest and hardworking. Okay, like that their culture is also different from our culture, and their language is different from our language. So while if at all we are if we are an international business, okay, we are dealing with international business, definitely we have to study the anthropology regarding those people. That means we have to study the behavior of the Asian people, culture of the Asian people, okay, languages of the Asian people, and biological features definitely differs from, as Indians we have some type of biological features and they have certain biological features. Okay, like that. So all will be studied under the organizational behavior relating to integrating this anthropology. Coming to political science, so in this anthropology, what are we integrate means values, attitudes, culture, environment, language, okay, civilization, all this will be considered norms. Okay, coming to political science, so what does political science means, in which way we can integrate this political science means, political science basically is the study of behavior of individual and group within political environment, how they behave in political environment, because political environment includes conflicts, power, okay, exercising of power, intra-organizational policies, all these were concerned with political environment. So we will study how individual acts, how group behaves. Okay, so in present environment, if we see means understanding and the dynamics of power centers means for example, if we say to gain maximum advantage, okay, present organizations, we know many organizations, okay, so they indulge in political activities, okay, politicizing the activities to attain supremacy in the market, okay, competitive market, in order to sustain in the market and in order to taste the supremacy of market, they are indulging in the politics. So for example, if we see in so many organizations were um, mm, tying up with, like for example, BJP government, okay, so why? Because in order to get some advantages, okay, in order to place in a highest in the market, okay, in order to attain supremacy in the market, so without political hand, they may not sustain in the market. So by gaining some advantages from politics, so they are also indulging in politics, okay, so politicizing the activities. So coming to organizational behavior as a system means, organizational behavior as a system means here, um, organizational behavior is individual behavior and group behavior, okay, so organizational behavior also. So at three levels we will we have studied, okay, so how we will do analyze or interpret uh, or control all these inputs into outputs, okay, how the processing will be made in OB as a system. As a system means all elements, all the determinants, all the levels will be involved in the OB system. So as we know, we have different elements, we have different levels, okay, like elements means we are having people, structure, technology, environment, okay, and at the same time we have levels also, like individual level, group level, organizational level. So all these affects the system, okay. So here we will see the input output processing, okay, input IPO, input processing output, okay. So in input, what aspects will be seen or what aspects will be studied in input? So like in any other system, at first we input different things to get output, okay. For example, in order to produce, okay, in order to produce for example, aloe vera gel, if we take for example, if we want to get that product means from raw material, getting off the aloe vera plants from, okay, refining and squeezing the juice from it, from that aspect to final product, a processing will be done in order to get a final output. Likewise, in organizational behavior also, we have to optimally properly use the inputs. So here what were the inputs? Individual level, group level behavior, organizational level behavior, all three, these three inputs should be considered. Why? Because they are processed to get an output. If they are used properly, we may see the productivity, we may see the good output, okay. So at individual level, inputs means beliefs, attitudes, values, motives, skills, emotions, and personality, okay. And at group level, group role, group status, human relations, all this plays important role. And at organizational level, structure, culture, this plays important role, okay. We have to understand the beliefs, attitudes, skills, emotions, okay, motives, group status, human relations, structure, culture, all this should be understand at how they are producing, okay, how they are affecting, uh, do they affect positively to the work environment? We have to analyze them. So first of all, we have to understand all these aspects, okay, all are going well or not, okay. Next, processing. Processing means here also we will see the three levels, but three levels in the sense, as we see in inputs, inputs are the values, okay, the perception, the learning, all these related to individual level. And in order to process them, okay, the values, attitudes, okay, the learning, we have to process them, all the aspects. How to process them means by providing them a motivation to the individuals, by providing motivation, learning, perception, participation, and decision making. So by this processing, okay, those inputs will be processed in these terms, then only output can be seen, a production can be seen, productivity can be seen. Similarly at group level, so at group level we will see group dynamics, group conflicts, okay, negotiations, okay, all this can be seen there there also we have to provide for all those, in order to solve the conflicts, in order to have in order to uh, group, in order to suppress the group dynamics, okay. So what processing should be made means, so what we have to do means good communication system should be provided, okay. Trust should be created in the groups, okay. Good leadership should be there, okay. And exercising of power, autocracy, authority should be given with proper roles and responsibilities. Policies should be framed in such a manner that they should be very facilitative to both individuals and groups, okay. At the same time, at organizational level, how the change is made or how the culture is adopted, all should be framed in such a way that it should create a good environment to the employees in the organization, groups in the organization. So how we have to frame, work design should be made, proper work design, work policies, work strategies. Why? Because if we are dealing with change means proper work design should be there regarding the change of management, okay, example, okay. Or else if we are adopting a technology, okay, at organizational level, so a proper work design should be there, work policies should be created, strategies, work strategies should be created. So all these are the processing works that should be made for the employees or individuals or groups in the organization in order to get a productive result. And coming to the next one is output in the sense, by knowing, by understanding, by okay, predicting. So ultimately we will get the output, okay. So input processing the output, like in any other system, after input process we achieve the output in organizational behavior. So output is determined, how can we measure the output means through production only, through productivity only, okay, or else through absenteeism, okay. So productivity in the sense, for example, if we produce per day 500 units, okay, by processing means by application of these all these features, above said features in processing, so we may see the productivity like 500 units to 700 units or maybe 1000 units, like that. So that is there increase the productivity of a product. Or else absenteeism, and that means the reduction in absence, okay. If a person, for example, if he is continuously frequently getting absent for the job means, by this processing system the absenteeism may be reduced, or else employee turnover may be reduced. Employee turnover in the sense, the incoming joining into the organization and the leaving the job, some employees leaving the job, so the ratio between it is known as the employee turnover, okay. That may be decreased. Why? Because by processing, by different using the different processing aspects, so we may reduce. So all these are the aspects related to the output. So output can be seen by processing in different aspects like productivity, absenteeism, okay, employee turnover, job satisfaction, citizenship, etc. So according to input and processing, output is obtained. Finally we'll go for feedback. So what does feedback means? We will get a response, okay. Simply it means the response, the reviews. So if output is poor than expected one, the we will have actuals and standards, okay. So actual obtained one and what we kept as a standard limit, okay. If we have not achieved the standards means definitely we are lagging. So again we have to do another processing style we have to apply. Why? Because By applying certain processing techniques, also we have not achieved the productivity means, then we have to apply another processing style in order to get productivity. Okay, that is known as feedback. Whether if it gives a positive good results means, so there is no need to again reprocess the style. But if we have negative aspect, negative results have seen means, okay, so definitely we have to go for another processing style. Coming to environment, environment is directly and indirectly impact the OB system. Internal environment directly impacts OB system, and whereas external environment indirectly impacts on the OB system. Okay, so you know all internal environment, external environment. Internal environment is regarding with the aspects of internal policies of the organization, state of affairs of the organization. Okay, state of affairs is nothing but the plans, procedures, strategies, okay, norms of the organization. So if at all there were any policies changes in the organization means, definitely it will be resulted in the employees. Okay, for example, if new policy has taken in the organization, okay, to take to give training to the employees who are semi skilled, okay, so definitely it will be impact on the employees who are semi skilled. They will be selected and sent to the training centers, okay, like that. If for example, if we go for external environment, so external environment means we deal what the organization deal with external environment means political environment, okay, economic environment, technological environment, social cultural aspects, legal aspects. So all these affect the organization. Why? Because if at all indirectly, it will affect organization, not directly but indirectly. How means, for example, if the uh, political government has been changed, okay, new government has came here, okay, then they may change some policies regarding the industries, okay, so ultimately it indirectly affects our organization also, if at all any new policies were framed by the new government, okay, like that. So all these are related to the models. And coming to related to the system, OB system. Now coming to the approaches to organizational behavior. So what are the approaches to organizational behavior? Human resource approach, okay, and contingency approach, productivity approach, systems approach, okay, all these are all different approaches regarding to organizational behavior. Okay, coming to first one is human resource approach. Okay, human resource approach means, in traditional approach, managers decided what employees should do and closely monitor their performance, okay, but in human resource approach, the role of managers change from structuring and controlling to supporting, okay. So